Look who I have visiting. There's Bella doing a little stretch. And here's Maxie taking a little nap. We're about to take a nap. So we got a blanket on 3/4 of the couch. So where does he lay? The part without the blanket. So Bella's a little girl. She's an Akbash. Nobody's ever heard of Akbashes, I'm sure. And Maxie is a boy, and he is 25% Rottweiler, 25% Pug, and 50% Chihuahua, believe it or not. And then I got a couple things for my cruise that I will show you in just a sec. Well, I didn't do a Mass Monday again, but I don't know, I haven't felt good the last few days, so we'll see. Anyway, this is what I got for my Alaska cruise. I got a 2-pack of these little fold-upable portable raincoats in purple, of course. You know I love my purple. And it supposedly folds down to, uh-oh. You fell over. Get you. There's a little ball peen thing that's supposed to hold you up, and half the time it falls over. So let's take a look at these and see how small they fold up. Or this may be as small as they fold up. It was like $10 for 2 of them, one for me and one for my friend I'm going on the cruise with. And they're just, from what I hear, it can rain a lot in Alaska. It's got snaps on it. I don't know if the snaps are to snap it shut or to snap it folded up. So it's got snaps down the front and a hood. Let's see how big it is. Hopefully it's plenty big enough, because I'm not exactly little. Looks like it's gonna fit. Scoot you back a little bit so you can see. Got like little, here we go, little strings to tie. For $5, not bad. And then I'll have to figure out how to fold it back up again. That'll be the tricky part. Okay. Well, evidently that folds up small. And this is the other thing I got. Sping Dong Backpack Designer. It is a backpack that also folds up small. It's supposed to fold into itself, zip shut somehow, but I don't see how that happens, but it does fold up small. So I got a bright colored one so I wouldn't miss it. It's got little pockets on the sides to put water bottles or whatever in. It could probably fit my iPad in here, I'm guessing. Maybe not. Well, maybe. It's got probably big enough for an iPad. Then it's got another little pocket here in the front. It could be for the phone or whatever. So I don't plan on taking my purse. I'm going to take my wallet, passport, you know, stuff like that, keys, so I can get back in my house. Let's see. And then the inside, there's a pocket right here for whatever. And the inside's big enough. From what I understand, you should have like a carry-on for your basically the first half day on the cruise, because it's got a little hook you can hang it from. I'm gonna get some, well, actually I have some, I just gotta get them back for my kids because I loaned them to them. When you go on a cruise, the walls are made out of metal, so if you get magnetic hooks, you can like hang towels or suits or backpacks or whatever. Just stick the magnet hooks up on the wall and it'll hold everything up. From what I understand, because you don't know, you check your luggage in when you get on, but they don't deliver it to your room till like hours later. So you want to take, you know, your important things like your wallet and your passport and your medicine, maybe a change of clothes in case they lose your luggage. I mean, it'll eventually get found because it's on a ship. Where's it gonna go? But, you know, so you want to take all of that stuff, and I think I can fit it all in here. And this is bright colored, so if I lay it down somewhere, I can find it again. I'm also gonna take, because I'm not gonna do, they have these drink packages. There's a alcohol package, which I don't drink, so I'm not gonna do that one. And from what I understand, for it to be cost effective, you have to drink 6 to 8 drinks a day, alcohol drinks a day, to make it be cost effective. There's no way. I mean, I don't drink at all, but even if I did drink, I couldn't drink 6 to 8 drinks a day. So I always say I'm not spending money on that. And then they have a soda package, and I'm happy with tea. So, and the tea, water, lemonade, coffee, just straight coffee with cream and sugar, you know, that kind of coffee, Americana coffee, is free. You can get it pretty much all day long at different places, and iced tea and hot chocolate. So all those things, I'm happy with that. I don't need the soda package, I don't need the alcohol package. They have a coffee package, but I don't like coffee, so I'm not gonna spend money on that. I'm going to attempt, other than maybe a souvenir when we get off the boat, I'm gonna attempt to not spend any money other than what it costs to go on the cruise, because there's lots of ways. I mean, they have art auctions, and they have specialty restaurants and excursions and all these things that you can spend extra money on, and I don't plan on spending extra money on none of them. The excursions, some of them would be fun like 20 years ago, but there's things like kayaking and hiking and, you know, going in little bitty boats, which I get seasick really easy, out to see the glaciers and just stuff like that, that at my age, I have no interest in doing any of that stuff. And plus they're like zip lining, that's another one. They're anywhere from $200 to $500 for these excursions. They're crazy expensive, especially in Alaska. So no, I mean, if I was in the Caribbean, might do like a city tour in Jamaica or something, but I'm not, or you know, go to a beach or whatever, but I'm not going on all these adventure ones in Alaska. From what I understand, you're going down a strait and you can see mountains and ice flows and all that on either side of where the ship goes. So all you have to do is like set it on your balcony, go to the back of the ship, whatever, and you can see nature in all its glory. So since I didn't do a Mask Monday, and I don't know, I don't want to quit, but I'm really discouraged about, I mean, it's been a couple months I haven't really done that many videos, and part of it's because I've been busy with the move and all that, but I'm not so busy anymore. I just kind of lost my oomph. I need to find some new things to do, or let me know some things you'd like to see, because I've kind of run out of ideas. And it's been 3-4 months since I've hit 600, and I'm at like 613 or something. So, I mean, it's been months of me not really growing at all. And part of that's because I haven't been filming very much. And I don't know, part of it's just me, I guess. So I will keep you posted on all of my fun things I'm gonna do on my trip. 2 weeks from today, actually, the cruise, well, we're flying out 2 weeks from yesterday, and the cruise starts 2 weeks from today. And I haven't felt very good, but I don't know about you, but my stomach is tied to my emotions. If I'm upset or nervous or excited, I get a nauseated, icky stomach stuff going on. So even though it's 2 weeks away, the fact that I haven't felt very good, I think it has to do with just being excited about the trip. So I've gotta find a way to get that under control, because I don't want to be not feeling good. I've got seasick stuff. I'm gonna buy some like over-the-counter stuff, but I've also got some prescription patches that you put behind your ear. And the ocean part, I hear, is kind of rougher than going in the Caribbean, but the actual, once you get to Alaska part, you're just kind of going down the little strait, and it's almost like a river, and it shouldn't be too bad. And we're for sure not going to get off at Vancouver, because my friend doesn't have a passport, so we can't get off in Canada. So we're getting off at Icy Straits, which is just glacier and not really a town or nothing. So we're probably not going to get off there. So most people will get off, so we'll have on board to ourselves practically. Not that many people will stay on board, so I'll be able to maybe do some filming on board without it being crowded full of people. And then we go to Skagway, which is the most likely place we'll get off, and then Juneau, and then Vancouver, and then back to Seattle. I'm guessing Skagway, it's like a small little town, and I think you can just walk around it and, enjoy walking around, going to the stores and the restaurants and stuff without it costing you really much anything other than what souvenirs you buy. So that's what the itinerary is. So the midday, the 4th day, is when we're in Skagway. So that's probably the day that we'll get off and poke around. And I'm not getting the internet package, so you won't hear anything from me that whole week I'm gone. But then I'll start editing, because I'm going to plan on filming as much as I can of the ship itself and the food and Skagway and Alaska scenery and whatever, or what our room looks like. So I'll have probably a bunch of little videos instead of one big long hour-long videos like some people do. Is like, here's the ship's tour, and they take like an hour and a half, and I get a little dizzy watching them walk around. So I'm probably gonna do smaller ones, like 5 or 10 minutes of this is what the cabin looks like, and then string together some clips of this is the food that we got, and then just different stuff like that. So there'll be a bunch of shorter ones instead of one big giant long one. And I don't know if I'm disappointed or not. I guess it doesn't really matter, since I wouldn't do it anyway. I initially thought we were going on the Ovation of the Sea Royal Caribbean, and it's got like all these big water slides and all this fancy stuff for kids. And then I realized I was wrong, and we're going on the Quantum of the Sea, which is a smaller ship, and it doesn't have as much family stuff, which to me, that's actually a good thing. There'd be less likely to be a bunch of little kids running around. I thought initially that it was going to be all, because I'm going to this Christian women's conference on board, and I thought the whole cruise was going to be just these Christian women. But I found a Facebook group for this particular cruise, and people are talking about their kids and stuff, and drink packages and blah, blah, blah. So obviously the whole ship is not just that women's conference. It's other people too. So from what I've been told, kind of being in the middle of the boat is a good place. I mean, if you go way down at the bottom, it's not as choppy. You don't feel the waves and stuff as much, but then you've got like forever stairs or elevators or whatever to get up to where all the action is. And if you get up way up at the top, then it's noisy, because that's where all the, the casino and the restaurants and the shopping and blah, 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 all that stuff is. So we kind of got in the middle. I think we're on deck 7, so I think there's 14 decks, so we're kind of exactly in the middle. So anyway, that's 15 minutes of me rambling about much and nothing. So my little doggies visiting, they discovered, see, where we live, where the doggies normally live, when I live with my kids, we're out in the country and we didn't have a lot of trees, so we had no squirrels. Well, this house that I own, that I live in now, it's got a ton of trees and a ton of squirrels. And this morning they discovered squirrels. They'd never seen squirrels before. I wish I would have got a picture of it, because my grandson, it's funny, this one here is his dog, that's Max. And he wants me to not love on him too much because he doesn't want him to think this is his new home. And he sent me all these directions, feed him this and don't feed him that and do this and do that, you know, just all these directions on how to take care of his puppy dog. He's gonna miss his puppy dog. And he wants me to send him 3 to 5 pictures a day of Max. And this is how Max looks 80% of the time. So I'm trying to find exciting pictures to send. And I wish I would have had my camera out when they discovered the squirrels, because it's a big tree. The trunk's like probably this big, so they couldn't climb it. And it's the lowest branch is probably 15 feet up, so there's no way they could climb it, but they were sure giving it a good old college try, trying to climb up that tree and get those squirrels. So that would have been a really funny picture for my grandson. So I'm hoping it'll happen again and I can get a picture. I'm going to start keeping my phone when I let him out. I've been going out with them because I don't trust them not to try and get out of the yard. Because they already, the minute the front door opens, they're gone. I had a salesman guy and Bella booked it and tried to get out of the yard and take off, because they're used to going out the front door and it's fenced in. But they can't go out the front door now. It's not fenced in. They have to go out back. That's the only part that's fenced in. So I don't really trust him to not try and find a way out, dig out, or I don't think they can get over the fence. It's a 6-foot straight wood fence. But yeah, Bella's a climber. On one part of the fence, it's the solid slats, but the other side, it's got the crossbars. And if she discovers that, she just might try and climb over the fence. So I've been going out with them until they kind of get used to being here. Today's their first full day. They came over last night. So anyway, if it works out, I'll probably get to keep Bella. I'll send her back home when they get back from their trip. And then if it works out for her to live with me, then I'll just keep her after my trip. So I might have a puppy dog of my very own. And my granddaughter's like, but Bella's mine. I'm like, well, then that's just more incentive for you to come visit me. Because she hasn't been over to the house since I moved. She's supposed to come over when I get back from the trip and help me plant some plants. And then, well, actually between when she gets back from her trip and when I leave on mine, and then I realize that's not gonna work, because if I plant all these plants, there's gonna be but a year to water them for a week. So I'll have to, I bought these, I showed you the few pots I bought, and then I found laying around in different places in the yard some other big pots. So I'm gonna put all these big pots in the front and fill them full of flowers, instead of trying to grow them in the ground that's, I don't know what's wrong with that soil, but I've lived in this house 23 years, or owned this house 23 years. I didn't live in it 23 years. And you can never grow anything in that little strip in front of the front porch. So I'm gonna give it up and just do pots with like Miracle-Gro soil or something in it, so I can maybe grow a bunch of flowers and make it look nice. And because there's no grass, it's 2 huge oak trees, but you can't grow any grass because it's just all shade. So it's just oak trees and dirt is basically, there's this little strip of grass out by the curb, where they're not so much in the shade, but it's like about 18 inches of grass across the front of the yard, and that's about it, no grass. So anyway, that's it for now. That whole saga I told you about, the rug and all that, well, I tried to shampoo it, and the shampoo didn't work, and then I got another one, and that whole mess that I told you back a couple videos back, I decided it just wasn't worth the hassle. So I put it on one of those free, like Facebook Marketplace for free, and got rid of it. So now I'm looking for a new rug. I deserve a new rug. I shouldn't have to take some free piece of junk, dirty looking rug. You know, I've got the money. I stress about it because I'm like, what if Kathy moves out, and can I afford to live here, and blah, blah, blah. I've got plenty of money in the bank. I can afford to live here. I figured it out, 20 years without stressing too much. And by 20 years from now, I'll be in my 90s. Will I even be here 20 years from now? So I'm gonna quit stressing about it and just get what I want. I mean, so far I spent $185. That's it. Because everything was given to me. Other than, I took one thing back and got a different one. So that was another $100, but didn't seem like it because I took something back and got the money back. So it didn't seem like it. But for the most part, I haven't spent any money. So why can't I've seen rugs for a couple $100. So I can get a carpet, like an area rug for a couple $100. Doesn't have to be a $0 one. It was discolored and pilly and stains that wouldn't come out. I'm like, I'm just getting rid of it. If somebody else wants to mess with it, try and get all that mess working, more power to them, but I'm not gonna do it. Alrighty, I've rambled on about practically nothing for 20 minutes, so it's time to go. Love you all. I'll keep you posted on what's going on with me. I don't know if I have any boxes coming. I should get another ice cream box before I leave on my trip. And right after I get back from my trip, I have a Stitch Fix coming. So we'll see how that goes. And I've kind of cut down on right now, I've got Luxury Diva, comes once a month, and ice cream comes once a month, which I don't even know if I need that. I end up giving most of it away. And then Stitch Fix comes once a quarter, and Wee Blessings comes every other month. But that's it. So I don't know if I could call myself an unboxing channel anymore. So I don't know what I am. I'm sort of they say you should pick a lane and stay in it, but I'm all over the place. Am I a travel channel? I'm about to be that. Am I a makeup channel? I do a lot of makeup collabs. I've just got lots of different directions I go, and supposedly that's not a good thing, but variety is the spice of life. Alrighty, I'm done rambling. Love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.